Look at this guy in chat, so nice. Mungathu says, I love James. All caps with a heart.
Yay! Did he get banned for all caps? No.
No.
Nice.
No. You gotta do a lot of all caps to get timed out for a nightbot. Because we encourage some cheering and yelling in support of the players. But guys, it's the losers match. And if you are cheering or supporting one of these guys, make it loud because you don't want to see him to get knocked out here. It's this or nothing for one of these two players. Spawning the bottom left corner of the map from Startail, it's the Red Terran player Hack. And I guess James.
I can't follow your camera for some odd reason. Anyways, 1 o'clock position, overgrowth, blue overgrowth. Blue Protoss, super.
Alright, so this is going to be an interesting one. Sadly, both of these guys were knocked down to the losers match by, let's be fair, very scary opponents. It's not like anyone in this tournament is going to be a walkover by any means, but to come up against somebody like First for Hack and, of course, DRG for Super, perhaps not their ideal starting rounds, but the big question I, of course, have in mind is, who's going to actually make it out of this alive? Who's going to go to the finals, and are we going to have a rematch? Because then we can talk about the curse that seems to be claiming so many lives lately.
Yep.
But, okay, as far as openings go for Hack, I'd be really, quite frankly, sad if I saw anything other than a Reaper. Scouting information is such a big deal, and Super might not be the most popular, well-known, renowned Korean for doing X strategy versus Y strategy, but the thing is, he will play this matchup pretty standard if given the opportunity, and you need to see that it's going to be Colossus versus a Stargate, rather, or if there's something really, really weird, he goes out of his comfort zone and goes back to, like, old school, I don't know, faster Templar Zealot Charge.
That would be weird.
That would be really weird.
Yeah, it would.
Well, big shout out to the Zergkin. I like that name. I like that name a lot. The Zergkin just
Hi, not even Zerg. Ooh.
subs to the channel. It's got Kin, Rifkin, Zergkin.
Yeah, it's like the same. It's like they're twins.
But Proxy Factory, this is kind of cute. Now this is too far out to be floated over, so it's gonna be with a starport. But this is really nasty. This is gonna be really, really, really fast Widowmine timing as far as the drops go.
Yeah, I'm fearful for Super if he does anything other than like a fast, like a robo after gateway.
Well, I guess the other thing too is like if you do have good enough control, you can really minimize the damage and control the damage Widowmines deal at least.
That's certainly true. I mean, technically you can only use, well, actually, technically you could lose 0 probes to a Widowmine shot if they go into the gas geyser. But it's so hard to do it, and then like if you are going for a certain build, you have to wait so long for the observer that counting down 2 Widowmine cycles can be something you easily forget.
Well, gonna wait.
What's funny was right after that game where Hack lost the first, he's been non-stop mad laddering, not even enjoying the countdowns.
Wait, just now?
Yeah, just now,
Oh.
right after the first game, like he just non-stop laddered. So
That's
this
kinda
must be the build that he's been prepping for.
It kind of practices many one-base Widowmine drops on a ladder that doesn't let you choose who you want to face, so must have been a lot of TVT and TVCs he did this.
I really like what he's doing with the follow-up of the Hellions a lot, actually, but more to the point, it is kind of a thing where he is staying warmed up instead of just relaxing, sitting back and watching the stream and such. We do know some players tend to do that, trying to prepare for their next opponents and whatnot, but I kind of like that Hack went and practiced and squeezed a little more practice in. But yeah, so 2 Hellions, this is going to be awesome. Usually the probes pull away from the Widowmines are too slow to burrow and can't chase them down to the slightest, but 2 Hellions certainly can. With the Marine push waiting like a net in the front of the base, this is going to really flush Super into an awkward situation.
To a super, super awkward situation. Okay, I'm gonna stop
I don't
now.
get it. Was this supposed to be mocking me or what?
I'm gonna stop. No.
Oh, the probe's lining up with the ramp though.
Oh,
Okay, so 6 kills, not too shabby. Keeps the Hellion alive. Marine's still going strong. It'd be really hard to actually contend with this because no secondary overcharge. The Stalkers can't really fight this Marine force, and he can just keep pressuring the Nexus.
Damage against Stalkers.
Yeah, when they can connect, not getting kited away all day or whatever. But with the medevac there, that's not a problem. Probes can't even escape, and
okay,
we
good.
don't mind.
Yeah, I forgot about that recharge.
So pro.
Yeah, very pro.
Very pro. This is getting a little bit scary though for Super.
Yeah.
Like he wants to engage this obviously, but some of these stalkers are low. The Marines, they're not exactly marauders. They don't have the craziest damage you've ever seen, but they will kill those stalkers if out of position. And this Nexus, he doesn't want to lose this. Meanwhile, in the main, he hasn't forgotten about the Widowmine. Does clean this up before it rearms, just before it rearms.
Yeah.
There was a Hellion brought to the front lines. Oh, if this was adding some extra damage.
See, this isn't. Super played it patient. He didn't lose a lot of Widowmine or probes. Only one actually to the Widowmine, I think, and maybe two. But
No, I think the first one died to the first one went off inside the
First one
line.
died.
Oh, what a. Please, Widowmine. But it was a one base proxy build. I mean, you give up a lot to do that. So while Super couldn't mine from 2 bases, he still had a lot of probes. I thought he was at 40. Oh well, he's still at 37. That's still nice. And now he is on his Nexus again. Like I don't know if Hack must have equalized. Yeah, I want to go with that. I think the game's just equal right now.
Have you guys seen the movie Equalizer?
No, I have not.
It's new, James, and I only watch movies legally, so I've not had an opportunity to go to the theatre and see it yet.
The Theatra.
The theatre.
Yeah.
I don't go to the theatre with my camera and record videos illegally.
What? Are you saying that I do?
No, but someone else said
saying
if
you
you saw
don't.
it. Yeah. Okay, this bunker's gonna fall. No pre-pull on the SCV's a little bit late to the party. Might just barely get back here in time to save it, though. Marauder's gonna chase that back. Meanwhile, we get that drop going off of the main. Does get cleaned up, but 11 probes died from Hellions before that was cleaned up. So, Super, again, just feeling the wrath of Hack.
Oh yeah, you're. I thought you meant like total was 11
No,
probe kills,
no,
but no,
plus
total's
11.
like 19.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, if it was even before, I think Hack just like bumped himself up to a little bit on top, you know, and we still don't have a robotics bay. So, like, when this medevac push comes, he's going to be relying completely on Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, a little bit worried about that. But at the same time, for Hack, like his tech is kind of delayed out. He's only just getting +1. He's got a big force of units though with stim, and then sometimes that's all you need. But if he times this out with like stim, combi shells +1, like if that's his tech for an attack, it's gonna be really hard for Super to hold. Couple more medevacs pop out as well. This would be really nice to add on to it. I mean, right now he's pushing, and the observer sees this, and this a very uneasy feeling for Super. But that being said, he can't ignore this. He kind of has to fight and kite back, buy himself as much time. The Robo Bay's just now finishing. There's no way a Colossus gets chrono adequately enough to deal with this, because on top of all of that, it's not going to have extended thermal lance.
Yeah, that's a big army, and there's also not much. Well, no, he has 4 sentries. Okay, that's better than Zealots right now. 4 sentries is enough to actually wall off the army completely. I think.
Three medevacs you can just lift off as soon as you see
It's
the
true.
force
Well,
field and just go up.
Gotta be careful against Blink Stalkers though. Gotta force the blink before you do that.
Yeah. You know, his Nexus is still fairly low for that first attack. He might be able to actually just snipe it off if he wanted to.
No Guardian Shield.
Just gonna dance around.
Definitely wanted to use those force fields. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, shaving off 1 Marauder ain't bad, and he's buying enough time to get that Colossus. It's just, yeah, the Colossus isn't gonna be the end-all be-all. It's still gonna be very scary for Super.
Oh, if you could just get that Nexus down, I mean, like it's not like you just pick up and walk around to the course, but if you get that Nexus down, it's going to put Hack in such a good spot. Focusing down the sentries, there's not really any force fields left, but at this point you want to remove the Guardian Shield. Here comes the Colossus, and looks like Super is going to push Hack back.
Yeah, those were great. That was great control, just as a whole. Like, those force fields are good. They shave off just right the amount of units. He only lost 2 sentries, so more force fields could come in the future. That was nice. And all. But it doesn't actually help that, you know, it's still to the fact that Hack has a 3rd CC. He's actually getting another starport right now. So the Viking count's going to be very high against Super, who, well, is not going to be able to get a 3rd, and we only have so many Colossus.
So I'm going back to the point of movies for a moment. You know what my favorite movie
Yes.
is?
Something I don't like.
The Roger.
The Roger.
The Roger. James, have you seen that movie?
Nope.
The Roger.
No, okay.
Merger?
No, the
The Roger?
Roger. How do you not know what we're saying? It couldn't be clearer. The Roger.
Do you watch 30 Rock?
Obviously
No.
not.
Yeah. No, I don't, like, because when I first brought that up, you didn't understand either, and I was like, do you watch 30 Rock?
Shout out to any of the 30 Rock fans who totally get what I'm saying, because this
seriously.
is like dumb code for like a bad joke. But Hack establishes a third base. I like the Dark Shrine out of Super. There's that dumb saying went behind Dark Shrine, but what's frustrating more about that saying is that it's true. It works so well a lot of the time. But I don't know. Hack seems to be playing on point this game, where he struggled in his first series today. He's playing much better this time around against Super. All the way starting for that What Am I drop to just being on par for like where he needs to be. Like Viking production's up. He's not slacked on getting a second starport. He's got such good Rax production, and his upgrades aren't even that shabby either.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yup, dear.
Yup.
War Prism goes into the main. As for Zealots, a Dark Shrine is on the way, not quite done, I think, in time for this War Prism to use it, so the Vikings will definitely tear it down.
A lot of shots being fired, and we'll just cleaned up pretty nicely. This does expose his third for a moment. A couple of stalkers going to storm in and kill probably a good chunk of SCVs, but not enough to really offset Hack. I feel. I mean, still 3 mules at a time, losing 12 SCVs. That's a band-aid problem.
Yeah, he's down by, what, 15 SCVs? So it's actually pretty even, right?
63 to 48. But then the Terran's got the power of Mule. He's waiting for the 3 ghosts. He's gonna go.
I'm looking at the income right now, and it actually is like almost. Nope, never mind. Hack just jumped up. Just kidding.
Well, here comes Ghost. He's going to add on a lot to the fight.
Yeah, and be
Oh.
useful for EMPs. I mean, DTs have been more of a headache today than any other day we've cast in a while.
Yeah, they slip right by.
Did you
the,
know that
defenses.
EMPing Widow Mines don't reveal Ghost?
Burrow
Or-
units in general.
Yeah, Burrow has like
Or
weird
does-
mechanics too. Like Revelation would disappear while burrowed too for a time.
Well-
They fixed that, so now you get it back when you unburrow. But like burrowing would clear off the buff. Or
I think
debuff.
it makes sense. Oh yeah,
Oh,
boys,
oh,
don't deal with this DT
choo-choo.
crap anymore.
He's pulling. You know what? Hack's not pulling the boys. Hack's pulling the men. Coming to the front lines with all these SCVs. He's going ham and wants to end this game right here, right now. And he's hitting at a time where Super really doesn't have that much layered into it. There's no storms, but there are going to be a couple of Archons.
I mean, 3 ghosts, 2-1 upgrade finish. This is the perfect timing.
Force field it off. Oh my god, if no force field it off.
I think.
Yeah.
He needs to buy time.
Yeah, spreads too. Sees the ghosts.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit scary, but here comes the Vikings, just charging
Oh,
right in. Boosts in, drops the ghost, gets the EMP, lands on most of the sentries, and here comes the SCVs. The Vikings can just land at this point. They've cleared out the Colossus in the sky. The army's splitting off to the right. It's going to go through the left, and Super is in a world of trouble. Vikings land on the ground. That's when you know you're going to have a bad time. They can
Yeah,
actually
all
soak
the
the hits with the
zealots.
Archons way better than the
Jesus.
Marines can, too. They're mechanical units. They're not bio.
Dead notice the DT swiping. That's really important. There's 3 in there, but he might just have enough to push it back. Like there's still 4 Immortals. Like it's mostly Marauders and Vikings. I think Super is going to hold.
He's
Yeah,
pulling his own
hold.
probes, and it looks like that might
Huh.
just be the buffer he needs.
Yeah, with all of his bases and most of the probes alive, like Hack's lost.
I
No,
don't know.
no,
It was
no.
Looks like he's barely going to
Come
break
on.
it with the Vikings. The DPS can never be
Pick 'em up.
underestimated. Picks them up, the Vikings. 4 Vikings in a medevac. What? What?
Hack doesn't have any mining though. Well, mules, come on, bro. Come on, mules.
When do you pick up 4 Vikings in a medevac, man? Only
Oh, he had to use
on Base
scans.
Trade TV.
Yes, he has some mules mining, but he's only able to produce so much out of his barracks. Well, while Super still has really great mining. And
I
there's
don't
always
think-
DT.
You know, I kind of wish Super... Oh, no, sorry, pardon me. Hack, rather than taking that big army fight, would have just gone for the natural. Like, how many times should this Nexus have died this game? 3 big pushes? 3 instances where it was so close to dead? I really would have liked to have seen that fall at least. And then maybe force out the army fight at the same time. But these Dark Templar are going to be a real pain. Because you're right, like, with the damage he did, he has to mule now. He killed so many of his own SCVs by pulling them into the fight. He can't afford to scan. Pardon me?
Almost broke it. Almost.
Yeah, I mean, that was really close to being overwhelming.
Yeah. Immortals, man. They're not targeted down. You forget they have so much power.
Yeah. Yo, big shoutouts and salute to Black Dynamite 16, by the way. Just sub to the channel. Whoop, whoop. Welcome to Base Tradians, Base Tradia, whatever we want to call ourselves. The cool kids.
Well, You are a base Tradian. Welcome to Base Tradia.
There you go. Base Tradia, the best Tradia. No? No? Okay.
Silence.
Welcome to my life. Yeah, the Immortals coming out I think are a really fantastic choice. It would have been so tempting to just make a ton of Colossus expecting more bio pushes, but of course it's the threat of Marauders that are really scary at this point, not so much the Marines. Oh, that medevac is annihilated. Just dropped. He's got a Dark Templar on top of it too. He's gonna have to burn a couple of scans if he even wants to deal with this. Doesn't want to deal with it, backs away from the base for the time being. But Hack is in dire straits, I think it's safe to say.
Death row, buddy. That's supply. It's telling the tale.
Might as well be French Canadian with a lisp because he's death row.
I don't get it.
Death row, you got a lisp.
Oh, I get it. That's so good. That's actually
Ah, picks up the medevac. This is just stinging all over the place for Hack. I mean, I really applaud that SV ball. I really thought that was going to work. It looked so scary. It looked so good. There was no storms in the timing. I mean, the Ghost with a boosted EMP. But I swear to God, Zombie Up, every time we see someone do that really cool move, they lose.
Yeah. Well, it's only the worst of the medevac gets shot down. If they at least get the EMPs off, I think they got all the cool points. So.
I think Hack only got like 1 or 2 EMP out of the 3 ghosts that he had. That might have been a potential cause of the loss of that fight.
I think composition was just really good as Super going into that. I mean, he had so many Immortals left alive at the end. I mean, the Colossus, I don't think fired a single shot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they really had no bearing on that fight whatsoever. The Immortals just hammered it away and killed so many of the Marauders and the Vikings and all the armored units. So, cause and effect aside, it is a situation where Hack is still struggling out. I mean, he's still picking off probes. He's still forcing Super to split his army, but it's going to come to a time where he's run out of units. He's run out of juice, and then again, more medevacs being picked off. Ugh.
There are so many situations where Terran get really like the game.
GG.
Tunnel vision, that's the word. Like, no Colossus, run in. No Storms, run in. And then they forget that, like, other units for Protoss are pretty good, too.
Yeah.